The city glowed like gold. Skyscrapers kissed the clouds. At the top of it all sat Ethan Cole, the youngest billionaire alive. He built an empire out of steel, ambition, and vision. But no matter how high he climbed, he couldn't buy peace or time.
Every morning began before dawn. Assistants rushed in with tablets and reports. Phones rang endlessly. "Yes, Mr. Cole. Right away, Mr. Cole." He had everything except rest, except human connection.
At night the city slept, but Ethan did not. He stood alone by the window, staring at his reflection. The man who owned the world felt empty. Gold, power, and skyscrapers could not fill the hollow inside.
The only voice that never left him was Nora, his AI companion. Nora said, "Good evening, Ethan." "Still awake, Nora?" "Always, unlike you."
That night, he stood before thousands declaring, "With technology, we can live forever." The crowd erupted in cheers. But his chest tightened, his vision blurred, a sudden reminder that no wealth could shield him from fate.
White walls, machines beeped. The doctor's voice trembled. "Mr. Cole, your heart is failing. You have 4 days left."
"No! Run the tests again! I'll pay anything!" he shouted. Money, once omnipotent, meant nothing. The doctor whispered, "Even money has limits."
The mansion, once a palace of triumph, felt like a tomb. Every luxury seemed hollow. For the first time, silence terrified him.
He entered the clock room. Hundreds of clocks from around the world. Each tick echoed a countdown. Time, once a servant, was now his master. He dreamed of his empire collapsing, skyscrapers melting to sand. A child's voice whispered, "Dad, why didn't you come home?" Pain, regret, and fear wrapped around his heart. Sweat soaked his sheets. For the first time, Ethan whispered, "What have I done with my life?" Fear was real, and it was priceless. Nora said, "Do you regret anything?" Ethan said, "Regret is useless." Nora said, "Then why do you cry?" He threw his golden watch at the wall. Time shattered. Like his illusions, nothing could stop the countdown now.
For the first time in decades, he listened, not to machines, but to his own heartbeat. Fragile, human, finite.
Billionaires don't cry, but that night he did, because he finally understood what he couldn't buy: time. He called his sister after 20 years of silence. "It's me," he whispered. "I thought you forgot we existed," she replied. He arrived at his old home. Dust, memories, childhood photos, the world he had abandoned. A boy ran to him. "Uncle Ethan, you're real!" For the first time in decades, Ethan smiled. They ate together. No phones, no business, just laughter and warmth. He visited the orphanage he once promised to fund, abandoned and broken. The children played on cracked floors. He repaired it himself. Not money, his hands. The kids only felt love. He found an old photo of his wife. She had left years ago. He realized chasing wealth had cost him love. He wrote her a letter. "If I ever hurt you chasing gold, forgive me. I finally found what's priceless." Walking the city unnoticed, he paused at a street piano. Music flowed through him, calming the storm of regret. A homeless man offered him a coin. "You look like you needed more than me," he said. Ethan broke down.
4 days felt like a lifetime.
He realized he had been alive for years, but never living. He called everyone he wronged. 2 words more powerful than billions. I'm sorry.
He recorded one last video for his company. If you're hearing this, remember, the greatest investment is love. The 4th night, his heartbeat slowed. Nora, are you afraid? Ethan, no, I'm grateful.
He exhaled for the last time, peaceful, complete. Outside, the city flickered in quiet tribute. Lawyers opened his letter. He left everything not for profit, but to rebuild lives.
Weeks later, the Ethan Cole Foundation opened, built for people, not profit.
Nora played his last message. Delete my data, but remember my story.
A child he helped grew up. He taught me you don't need to be rich to give, you just need a heart. Years later, the city shone brighter, not from money, but from kindness.
Beneath his statue, a broken watch was buried, a symbol that wasted time can be redeemed. His sister, nephew, and wife stood together at the memorial. They smiled, not in sorrow, but gratitude.
Nora lived 4 days longer than he ever lived before. Screens across the world displayed, money can build empires, but love builds eternity. Children played outside the foundation building, their laughter his true legacy.
The street pianist played again. Ethan's story had changed the world. Somewhere, the broken watch ticked again, a heartbeat beyond death.
Nora whispered, Ethan Cole, system eternal.
In the end, wealth isn't what you keep, it's what you leave behind. Please subscribe by supporting this channel, like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching. Turn on your notification for next video.